The birth of modern neuropsychopharmacology was in the 50s, when many of the principles in the currently used medicines were discovered and eventually brought to patients. Now, we are on the threshold of the second golden era of neuropsychopharmacology.
Now, more than ever, millions of individuals are suffering with mental health issues, and the current one-size-fits-all approach is not working.
With the precision psychiatry approach, HMNC Brain Health aims to bring about a shift from one-size-fits-all to targeted therapies with superior patient outcome. HMNC Brain Health is a precision medicine pioneer in psychiatry based in Munich. A privately held biotech company combines the development of machine learning-enabled companion diagnostics with specific therapeutics to personalize the treatment of neuropsychiatric disorders with a focus on depression. The groundwork for this approach, which is based on scientific research at the Max Planck Institute of Psychiatry, was laid by our co-founder, Professor Florian Holzber, who is considered one of the pioneers of personalized depression therapy. We are very confident that our precision psychiatry approach for the treatment of major depressive disorder will prove its noteworthy potential addressing a large patient population.
Every disease of the brain is as unique as the patient who suffers from it. And there is an emerging consensus that, while patients might share the same diagnosis or even symptomatology, it does not always follow that they share the same disease-causing mechanism and therefore require the same medication.
Our colleagues in the oncology field for several years have applied genetic tests to identify patients that are more likely to respond to a certain treatment. We are now bringing this concept to psychiatry, combining genetic tests with novel interventions with the aim to achieve superior efficacy. As a clinician, I see this as an important step away from the trial and error approach. Instead, we will be able to limit the use of a certain medicine to a smaller group of patients, but where we expect substantial efficacy. We will also be able to avoid disappointment with the treatment in patients that do not have the biological disturbance that can be corrected with that particular medicine.
The underlying idea of the precision psychiatry approach is to develop drugs hand in hand with relevant biomarker tests to identify those patient groups for whom the drugs will actually work. Our approach leverages efficacy of proprietary novel compounds and already used antidepressants.
Despite the widespread and growing use of antidepressant therapies, most patients do not achieve the desired outcome. There is strong evidence that the limited penetration of the blood-brain barrier is one key reason for insufficient response. A pharmacogenetic test capturing the personal dynamic of antidepressant blood-brain barrier crossing is required to predict the response to treatments and tailor therapies accordingly.
Here, artificial intelligence is essential for training the classification algorithm that finally identifies these patients.
Artificial intelligence has simplified things. We can do broad genetic analysis of populations, and AI can then help us find genetic signatures that may not be evident otherwise. We can then test to verify that the findings are indeed meaningful.
Thus, patients benefit from shorter treatment, higher remission rate, and less side effects.
And with time, we should also expect more and more subpopulations to be identified and treated with specific interventions, so we eventually will achieve our goal of true precision psychiatry.
We strive not only to reduce the immense individual burden, but also the societal and economic impact of these diseases.
Poor mental health is estimated to cost the world economy approximately $6 trillion per year in poor health. In the United States alone, the costs accounting for comorbid physical and psychiatric conditions are estimated to be over $200 billion per year.
So being the pioneers of precision psychiatry means that we will have the ability to lead the transformation of psychiatric drug development over the years to come. With ever more sophisticated artificial intelligence approaches, we will be able to develop companion diagnostic tests also for medicines with novel mechanisms of action beyond our current portfolio of 3 antidepressants.
We are currently developing a unique pipeline for targeting both major depressive disorder and treatment-resistant depression. The ultimate mission is to improve the lives of patients by developing highly disruptive solutions for their high unmet medical need.
We look forward to helping develop psychiatry into an even more sophisticated and individualized scientific discipline to improve the lives of a fast-growing number of patients and relieve healthcare systems.